advanced detailing and check out what we have in the bay today. It's an RWB 993 that was quite literally built by the guy just a couple of weeks ago down in London. So Dan has kind of asked us to go over it, give it a bit of an enhancement detail because he was not able to do a full respray. He wasn't able to sort out the chassis before the build, so we kind of have to sort it out after the build. So today we're going to go over the paintwork, give a bit of an enhancement detail. We're going to polish the entire car, especially the bonnet, the roof, you know, the original paintwork. The kit was obviously resprayed, so the kit's okay. Just the actual car itself needs a bit of a sort out, but today's the day to do it. Okay, so first thing on the list is to tackle the wheels. Now the wheels are literally brand new. They were manufactured like a couple of weeks ago by 6AD Forged. Now they look like a lacquer finish, but I'm not 100% sure. And when I'm not 100% sure, I don't like to use harsh chemicals. So I'm going to be using our wheel soap, which is super gentle. I'm going to be mixing it in our pump spray with a foaming nozzle. So we're just going to go all over the wheel and tackle it with a wheel mitt, and it'll be perfect. Next thing is to rinse the wheels, get the initial dirt off. I don't want to go in dry with the wheel soap and the wheel mitt. So I'm going to knock off all the dust first. Cool, so next stage is the snow foam. You've seen me do this 100 times. Get your lance bottle, fill it with water, 150 ml of snow foam, lay it on the car, 2-3 minutes and rinse it off. Okay, so as you could probably tell from the intro shots, this car wasn't exactly filthy. So when I'm dealing with a clean car, what I tend to do is snow foam it, rinse it off, which you saw me do, and then I'll lay down a layer of shampoo with the lance and go over with a wash pad and a rinse bucket instead of doing the whole 2-bucket method thing. So just got to lay on a load of shampoo and then get the pad out. So compared to snow foam, this is actually really quite different. Obviously the shampoo in this situation is there to lubricate the surface as we go over with a wash pad. A snow foam is designed to cling onto the surface and then break down the dirt. So as you'll see, the shampoo is a little bit more runny, but this is perfectly normal and perfectly acceptable. So the next part is to clay the car. Now, as I explained a couple of weeks ago, Nakai built this car, so we pretty much have a fresh kit on there with fresh paint. I don't really want to be claying and introduce or risk introducing marring onto the fresh paintwork and then having to polish it. We're just going to clay the original chassis of the car. So that's going to be the bonnet, the roof, the doors, basically the entire car apart from the kit. So let's go on. Clay mitt as usual. I'm going to snow foam the shampoo onto the car, go over with the clay mitt, and then just rinse it off, easy. So make sure you get the clay bit flat onto the surface, up and down the bonnet, and you'll feel resistance initially, and then after a few swipes, it starts to get easier and easier, and then it just gets smoother and smoother. And it's not an abrasive product, so you're not going to go through the paintwork. A lot of people think they're going to rub the paint off. That's not how it works. Okay, so it's really hot now, we're approaching like midday. I'm gonna go over with a bit of quick detailer as I dry the car, just to act as lubrication, just to help with the drying stage. But it'll add a bit of gloss at the same time, but it's not that important. Got the drying towel, quick detailer on the bonnet, swipe, and we're done. So just do the entire car now. We've got to be quick because it's quite hot and we don't want this to stain. Oh, sexy. Oh, I love my products. Okay, we've got the car inside. There are some dull patches on the original paintwork where it wasn't resprayed. It has had a respray in the past, so it does make sense why there are some dull patches. It's also been sat around outside for a few years. On the roof, we got some lacquer damage. Not as bad as the BMW that I recently did, but perfectly fixable. So we're going to be basically polishing the original panels of the car. So basically the bonnet, the roof, the doors, just these original bits we're going to sort out. Yeah, so we just need to tape up some of the gaskets, some of the rubbers, so we don't get polish on them. And one step polish, medium pad, off we go. So I'm using narrow masking tape on this sunroof gasket because the sunroof gasket is like felt material. It's not rubber, it's like a fuzzy felt. And if we get polishing compound into that, it's just a pain to remove. So I'm using narrow tape so we can keep away from the paintwork and just literally go straight in. Medium pad, one step polish, super forgiving. We're just going to go over the bonnet. I'm pretty sure this is just going to sort it. I don't think we're going to have any hiccups here. This is easy stuff. that is the polishing stage finished. It was pretty quick because we only had to do the original parts of the car. So the rear quarters, the roof, the doors, the bonnet. I didn't really want to polish the kit, as I explained earlier. So now it's just a case of, I think I'm going to go over the entire vehicle with glaze. That's going to fill in any imperfections, brighten up the paintwork, and I'm going to also glaze the kit so it's all basically level, and then we'll apply some sort of protection. I'm still thinking about it. I'm thinking spray wax, maybe signature paste wax, but I think carnauba wax will really make this glow and give it a proper wet look. So let's just get all the tape off, get the glaze on, and wax it. Okay, so whilst doing the detail, I was thinking about what LSP to use, how to protect the finish, and I thought old school car, old school wax. So we've got signature paste wax, and I'm going to apply it on by hand, old school method, because there's lots of curves and intricate parts in this car, and it's much easier to do it with your bare hands, and it's very old school. So let me show you how to do this. Okay, so I've just actually realized it's probably been about 15 years since I last did this, but anyway. Take your signature paste wax, or any paste wax that you want to use. Take a scoop of it into your hands, into your palm, melt it into your palms, and then you literally just apply it onto the paintwork. And it's really, really safe. You can get into all the little corners, and you're not going to have any dirt, any grit trapped in an applicator. So it's literally very hands-on. Hands-on. Cool, so that is this detail complete. As I told you, signature paste wax gives it a nice glowy hue. You get that from carnauba wax and you don't really get it from ceramic coatings. That's why it's nice to use a carnauba wax on a classic car. And it really shows off the curves and it's come up really, really, really nice. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's the end of this detail, nice and simple. As I said, the paintwork on the kit was fresh. The bonnet, the roof, that just needed sorting, and the doors. But yeah, nice and easy. That's it for now. Catch you on the next detail.